Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much for your invitation to join ITAPA. This is our birthday. This is the 10 years of Bpifrance, and this is the story I would like to share with you today. So I will share my screen now. Here it is. So what we are at Bpifrance and why the French government decided 10 years ago to create such a public body. I think the starting point was to create something to facilitate the access to finance and to public finance for the French companies and entrepreneurs. And you can see here, in fact, what we are now. So we are, the combination between a French innovation agency, a French development bank, a French export credit agency, and we are also the French sovereign fund. So we are gathering, all these activities coming from the previous organizations that were standing before Bpifrance. And all that, is allowing us to cover, I would say, all the spectrum, meaning we are starting from micro businesses to large caps companies, and we are offering them each time, specific financial and non-financial services and offers. Probably what is something I would say specific to Bpifrance is that we are super close to the market, to the field. We have 50 offices around France, and we want to be local, and we want to have a decision process made, I would say, globally, locally. So the people that are in the field, they are the ones that are taking the financing decision to support the French companies. So we want to be quick to deliver, financing and other services to companies. So you can see here some figures. So what we are 3,500 people at Bpifrance to support 85,000 companies. So what we are doing, on a yearly basis is to inject economies, 67 billion euros. So I'm sorry, because is it okay? Can you still see me? Okay. And we are doing that with 8 different activities. So we are financing, we are giving guarantee, we are financing innovation, we have direct investments, we have fund of funds activities, international operations, consulting and support, and also creations. So if I give you some figures, I would say by activity stream, you will see that the financing for us is very high with 21 billion euros. The guarantee schemes also to support the risk that the banks are taking is quite high, 8.2 billion euros. On the investment side, we have 2 different activities. One is to invest directly, in many funds, but the other one is to invest in funds. So we have a very strong fund of funds activities for us, which is very important because we want to further develop the VC scheme and private equity scheme in France. We are giving a lot of credit export also guarantees. You can see the figures for 2022. It was 32 billion euros. We are also accelerating companies, 1,000 companies in 2022, and we respond to the pandemic crisis, by the creation of a new product could give guarantees also for loans, for 5.3 billion euros. But what I would like to say, beyond the figures, that we are growing, then past year very, very, very quickly, is that we became something, I would say that we are not waiting for. We became a kind of psycho bank, meaning, we have an impact now in France, in the market, to support the entrepreneurs and to be, I would say, proud of our entrepreneurs and to support the innovation, the tech ecosystem, and so on. It was not scheduled at first, but this is what happened. And more than that, now we are creating many business support services for the entrepreneurs and to go beyond cash. So what we are doing, we are accelerating them. We have many programs. We want to help them to scale, to go international, and to discover, in fact, new opportunities to grow. So in that scheme, the department I'm heading, EuroQuity, is connecting the dots. What we are doing is to support companies, of course, in France, but in Europe, in Africa, to get in touch with partners, to get in touch with investors, to get in touch with companies, with corporates, to make business. So this is something we are doing for years now. And we have 20,000 super qualified companies, with our partners, 3,000 investors, 2,500 business support organizations. And it's working super well. We have, just to give you an idea, 30% of all the companies that are registered on the platform that are raising funds within the 12 months, after the registration. And this is something that we are doing with partners in Europe and Africa. Because, of course, as Bpifrance, we know the French companies, but we do not know the companies based in Slovakia or in Germany or in Tunisia. So we are relying on partners to bring their own ecosystem, and we are connecting the dots, we are connecting the ecosystems, we are connecting the investors and the companies, and all the partners are delivering many services around the digital platform, meaning e-pitching sessions, B2B matching, VC scouting, co-financing operation, etc., etc. You can see here some digital communities, some partners that are using, that way to connect their companies with investors. We are working with the European Commission in many key programs and initiatives, such as EEN to EIC, for instance, for the Seal of Excellence companies, access to EIC for the Pathfinder and transition companies, BAS acceleration services, Accelo, etc., etc. And the last one, which is very important for deep tech, European deep tech companies, is EIC Scale Up 100, in which we will support 100 companies coming from all European countries, and I hope to find some Slovakian companies in that program to help them to raise, more than 1 billion euros in the coming months. So this is something we would love to develop further with you guys, entrepreneurs and organizations, to connect our organizations and entrepreneurs at the level of Europe, Africa, and all over the world. What is our strategy in the coming years? We want to continue, of course, to develop, further the services we are offering to the entrepreneurs. We want to have more entrepreneurs. We want to be more focused on deep tech companies and solutions. But we have new activities also that we want to further develop, or that quite new now. So I will give you some examples. Of course, we want to improve the decarbonization of our economy. So I will come back later on another slide on that part. But of course, it's a very important objective for us. The second one, I think, is the same in many European countries, is to re-industrialize our country and our countries, I would like to say, in Europe. And we have a very strong party pre in that field. We want to do it to focus in the next gen industries. We want to focus on innovative companies, solutions, and create this new generation of industries with them. Another point also is to develop the retail market. So it's very new for us. We began, to do that 3 years ago. So what it is exactly, we are creating funds for, I would say, non-professional people. So the next one is coming now, and the people can invest, the individual can invest, from 1,000 euros in that fund that will invest, in the best innovative and tech French companies. So this is new, it's working well, and of course it attracts new money for the tech, but also it's a way to better connect, I would say, the country to its tech and innovative entrepreneurs. And last but not least, we believe that more and more, if we want to go to the next level, we have to connect with other innovation agencies, development banks in Europe, because the next level, we believe, would be the connection between our organizations that will provide additional services for the companies that we want to grow and accelerate. So that slide is to give you just a look, an insight of what we are calling the climate plan. We want to be and to become the climate bank in France. So you can see here, we are investing, we are financing for 40 billion euros between 2020 and 24. We want to coach, to train, to educate, the market, the entrepreneurs and the companies. And of course, we want to fuel them, to do that with new money, with loans, of course, but also with equity. To end that presentation, a gift, if you want to, if you are interested in, we created a study for the 10 years of Bpifrance. So if you want to scan that QR code, you will access to that study in English to resume, what we have done in 10 years. So thank you all. I wish you all a very, very good day at ITAPA, and I hope to see you face-to-face soon in Bratislava. Thank you.
Thank you very much.